Have you ever wondered why the conflict between Israel and Palestine continues to dominate global headlines? Today, we delve into a struggle that's been ongoing for decades, a conflict steeped in history, faith, and land. The Israel-Palestine issue isn't just a regional dispute, it's a complex tapestry that has significantly shaped global politics. Religion interweaves with territorial disputes and historical claims, creating a knot of contention that's challenging to untangle. To understand this intricate conflict, we need to journey back in time to its origins. The origins of the Israel-Palestine conflict can be traced back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. During this time, two major movements emerged: Zionism, a Jewish nationalist movement aiming for a homeland in Palestine, and Arab nationalism, which sought independence from Ottoman and Western colonial rule. In the midst of World War I, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration in 1917, expressing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This was a major turning point, but it didn't settle things. Fast forward to the end of World War II, the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. This led to the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. By the end of this war, the State of Israel was established, and a significant number of Palestinians were displaced. The events of the mid-20th century set the stage for a conflict that would continue for decades. The decades following the establishment of Israel were characterized by a series of wars, uprisings, and peace initiatives. In the late 60s, the tension escalated into what's now known as the Six-Day War. Israel, in a preemptive strike, decimated the air forces of Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. This short but intense conflict resulted in Israel gaining control over the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. The victory was swift, but the ramifications were long-lasting, deepening the territorial disputes at the heart of the conflict. Just a few years later, the Yom Kippur War broke out. It was a surprise attack by Egypt and Syria on Israel on the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. The war ended in a stalemate, with both sides suffering heavy losses. In the early 90s, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of the Oslo Accords. This peace initiative led to Israel's recognition of the Palestine Liberation Organization as the representative of the Palestinian people, and vice versa. However, the Accords fell short of resolving the key issues, such as the status of Jerusalem, Palestinian refugees, and Israeli settlements. Then came the Second Intifada, in the early years of the new millennium. This uprising was marked by a wave of violence, with suicide bombings and military operations causing immense human suffering on both sides. Fast forward to the present day, where the struggle persists. Recent escalations have seen a surge in violence, further complicating efforts towards peace. The human toll of this enduring conflict continues to mount, as does the desire for security and statehood from both the Israeli and Palestinian sides. Despite the complexity of the situation, the quest for a peaceful resolution remains. The conflict between Israel and Palestine is not simply a story of political disputes and territorial claims. It's a human story, a tale of two peoples, each with their own narratives, dreams, and aspirations. Despite numerous attempts at peace, the conflict continues to this day. In recent years, the Israel-Palestine conflict has remained a hotbed of tension and violence. This enduring struggle, fueled by historical and territorial claims, has seen intermittent escalations that reverberate across the globe. Recent events have seen an uptick in violence, with both sides suffering human losses. This has drawn international attention, and the world watches as diplomatic efforts ebb and flow. The role of international actors is pivotal. Countries around the world and organizations like the United Nations continue to grapple with this complex issue, aiming to broker peace and negotiate resolutions. The prospects for peace, though seemingly elusive, are not entirely extinguished. Efforts are ongoing to find common ground, to acknowledge the rights and security of both nations, and to pave the way towards a two-state solution where both Israel and Palestine can coexist peacefully. In summary, the Israel-Palestine conflict is a deeply entrenched issue, its roots reaching far back into history. It's a struggle marked by failed peace initiatives, ongoing violence, and a relentless quest for security and statehood on both sides. But amidst the turmoil, the aspiration for a peaceful resolution persists. While the road to peace remains fraught with challenges, the hope for a resolution endures. For more insightful videos, subscribe to our channel and stay informed about global issues.